getting ready for Winterfest. Winterfest is a city-sponsored event that is for the whole family. It's put on every year. It's going to be on Saturday, December 5th this year, and we'll give you more information about that. And you absolutely should come down with your family. It is such a great time. I am standing here with Melissa Houts, and Melissa is the special events coordinator for the city of Lake Elsinore. She's a very important person besides being really cute.
Well, thank you.
And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about
All
Winterfest
right.
because a lot of people have never been and they don't know what it is, where it is. I used to take my kids when they were little and now they're grown, and we always had such a good time.
It is a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. How long has the city been doing Winterfest?
Winterfest has been around for a little over 20 years.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
You haven't been alive that long. Well, you have.
I think I used to go when I was a baby.
All right. Shut up. What were from what you've heard, because I know you weren't there, what were the early ones like?
I know there was snow. We still had the sled runs and a little snow play area for the kids. And Santa used to be actually underneath an awning in the middle of Main Street with just like a little plastic light-up tree. So it's grown.
So it was pretty small back then.
It was pretty small.
Was it always on Main Street, though? It was always
Yes.
held on Main Street?
Yes.
And what's going to be different this year? How much has it grown over the 20 years?
It's definitely grown. We close way more of Main Street. It goes from Franklin, and it goes all the way down to Library. So it's definitely expanded through the streets of Maine.
And how many people are you expecting to show up this year?
Oh, a little over 8,000.
8,000.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
Yes.
It seems to be getting bigger and bigger every single year.
Yes, we're very excited.
What are some of the events that are going to be happening throughout the course of the afternoon and evening?
Well, we are going to kick off the event at 4 p.m. with our Winter Wonderland Parade. And this is our second year hosting it. It will consist of local bands, Girl Scout groups, the council, the chief of police, chief of fire, and a bunch of groups around town. A lot of the community is getting involved this year. And then we'll have the local high school bands and the middle school bands performing on our main stage.
Everybody loves a marching band.
Oh, they do. It's very true. And then we will have Lakeside High School drama inside the Cultural Center. So that is very exciting.
This is actually the first year where the performing arts are going to be incorporated
Yes.
into the whole repertoire.
Yes.
And I happen to know for a fact that there's also going to be street performances going on. We're going to have people dressed up from A Christmas Carol that are doing little vignettes on the street corners. There's going to be a choir singing on the steps of the Cultural Center. So it's getting really big.
It is, and with the Cultural Center being utilized this year, we're actually lighting it up as well. So you'll see lights all over the Cultural Center, and you'll have music going along with it, and we are having speakers installed in the trees on Main Street, so you'll be able to hear holiday music throughout the event.
That's exciting.
It is.
Because it's almost Thanksgiving. We've been, seeing holiday stuff since before Halloween.
It's very true.
But we are getting close, and
Yes.
if you haven't started shopping it, people better get on the stick. So what kind of vendors are going to be there in case people want to do some Christmas shopping?
A bunch of crafters. We have a lot involved. We have merchandise, nonprofits. They're going to be offering free kids activities. We are going to be having a lot of the high school bands and the middle school bands actually doing fundraisers. So Krispy Kreme will be featured.
Oh.
Yes, I'm very excited. But we have a lot of different merchandise groups, a lot of Scentsy, Origami Owl, a lot of ornaments, blankets, anything like that you would like to give your mom or your grandma or even your husband.
It sounds like a really good time. And if you have never been to Winterfest before, you and your family really need to put it on your calendar. Give us again the date, the times, and where people can go to get more information.
All right, so Winterfest will be held on December 5th from 4 to 9 p.m. In downtown Main Street. And you can visit the website at www.lake-elsinore.org. Hope to see you there, guys.
Thanks, Melissa.
Thank you.
I'm here with Grace Sandlin, who is an executive board member of our local arts organization, Studio 395. And really, for the first time this year, Studio 395 is very, very involved in Winterfest. And why don't you tell us a little bit about what the role is going to be this year?
Thanks, Kathy.
You're welcome.
What we're going to be doing this year is behind me, you can see Santa's house. Santa's house needed a little work, so we're giving it a paint job and some glitter. And then we're going to add candy canes to it, some bows, some different things. Going to add some more lights to it. Peter is helping me, and he's going to be, Peter's off stage, sorry about that, and he's going to be helping me put ornaments and things like that on it. Along with that, we're also going to be doing, and I'll let you actually talk more about it, we're going to actually bring some cultural theater to the event this year. So go ahead, Kath.
Well, we are, as I was talking to Melissa, going to have street performers. We're going to have performances at the Cultural Center. I know we have a gal that plays guitar, and we have a gal that's a dancer. And I think Mr. Carlin's drama students from Lakeside High School are going to be performing something perhaps from their upcoming spring play, which would be very exciting because it's Shakespeare. And they might be doing a song from a former performance, so we don't really know yet what's going to come. It's going to be a big surprise, but it's going to be really, really good. Also, somebody from the North Pole told me something about gingerbread houses.
Oh, yes. One of the cool things we're bringing this year is my husband, who is a chef, is making 100 plus as we speak, with Santa's help, of course, and some funny little elves. He is making gingerbread houses with real gingerbread, which I think is a little crazy, but we're going to be putting those up for sale. People will be able to make them and decorate them themselves. If you attended the Dia de los Muertos, we did sugar skulls. So this year now we're bringing, we seem to have a food theme with icing, a lot of icing.
Icing's good.
Yeah. Icing and candy canes and jelly beans, and I don't know, my house looks like Santa's cookie house.
So this is essentially a fundraiser for Studio 395, correct?
Exactly. We have going into, not without going into too much detail, but we've just been acquired a piece of property with the help of the city. We're going to be leasing a piece of property called the Artist Detour. And that detour is going to be taking some money. So I'll be looking for sponsorship money, as well as this is going to be a fundraiser to pay for things like fencing and things we're going to need.
So they are going to get like an empty gingerbread house, and then they're going to be able to glue on all the good stuff.
Yeah, what they don't eat.
Yeah, well, you know, it's always risky, but that's going to be a lot of fun. Tell everybody where they can get more information about Studio 395.
www, or studio395.org. We also have a Facebook page, and I don't think, and we're on the city website somehow connected with Winterfest, but I'm not quite sure.
I think there may be a link on the city website. I'm not sure, but there will be. We'll make sure of that. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you, Kathy.